Hey everybody, it's Fox with FoxeoGames, and this is a Fox Recommends for the game Axiom Verge. Originally released in March of 2015 by Thomas Happ Games, it is available on Mac, Linux, Windows, PlayStation 4, PS Vita, Xbox One, Wii U, and Nintendo Switch as of January 1st of 2018. No doubt he may bring it to other systems as well, since he has a tendency to bring it to a lot of platforms. It's described by some as a Metroidvania, although as I've previously mentioned in other videos, that term only makes sense if it's applied to a Castlevania game, because Metroidvania means a Castlevania game that is like Metroid, which began with Symphony of the Night. Axiom Verge is quite simply a Metroid-style game, and not just in design and gameplay, but also in some visual ways too. Notice the use of bubbles and alien creatures styled similarly to that of Metroid. Axiom Verge is not all Metroid though, as it does incorporate a little more of the H.R. Giger style, or Geiger, I don't know how it's pronounced, doesn't matter, who was the artist behind the Alien aesthetic from the Alien series of movies. There are some other differences from Metroid as well. Rather than shooting doors open with missiles, you unlock many areas by activating orbs, and doing this requires different weaponry and tools depending on the positioning of the orb. This 2D side-scrolling game produces some challenge as well. There are enemies that are very difficult to dodge properly, and I did experience death a couple times during my time with the game. Enemies can drop red power-ups that restore health, but the game does have an annoying low health beep like the Zelda series. You play as Strafe, a scientist who is knocked out during an experiment and awakens to find himself in what appears to be an alien world. You collect power-ups and weapons that expand your ability to navigate the game world, which includes Metroid-like save points and backtracking to previously inaccessible areas. Progression through the areas actually requires a bit of ingenuity, and I found myself running around lost as to what to do more than once. By sheer chance, I ended up applying a corruption tool to an enemy, then found that the enemy would begin destroying a certain barrier it came up against as it bounced around. This opened up some new pathways. There are a few surprising number of ways that the tools you use can unlock these new areas, and I don't want to give any more away, but just to say, try everything on everything if you're stuck. Axiom Verge also solves a common problem in these games, which is shooting diagonally up or down. In most games of this type, you have to move forward in order to angle upward or downward, but moving makes it hard to hit the target. You can now hold a button to lock your character in place while aiming in all 8 directions, including the diagonals and directly down beneath you. If I may offer a criticism of the game so far, it would be in the break in the atmosphere. The game's visuals and audio do a great job conveying a sense of grotesque dread in an alien landscape, despite the simple pixel art. Unfortunately, the dialogue in the game comes across as a bit carelessly written. An example would be the dialogue between the protagonist and a demon boss I encountered. Trace, the protagonist, asks the demon if they can talk. The demon refuses, and Trace simply says, "Have it your way," or something like that. I felt the somewhat comedic style of the dialogue contrasted sharply and poorly with the rest of the game's somewhat dreadful alien atmosphere. While there are a lot of Metroid-styled 2D platformers as of late, Axiom Verge has received a lot of praise and is available on a wide variety of platforms, including portable systems. I definitely enjoyed the time I've spent with the game so far, and so can easily recommend you give this game a try if you think you might enjoy it. Although there are by default keyboard controls mapped out for you, the game is obviously best played with a controller. Alright guys, I'm Fox with FoxeoGames. Let me know if you've tried or are willing to try Axiom Verge. Leave your comments down below. Make sure to like or dislike the video, and follow me on my social media accounts linked in the description. See you next time.